Do you by any chance know who KSI's next opponent is? Like,
Bro, I wish I did. I want it to be Alex. I think that's the one that makes the most
really?
sense.
I think
I
it.
don't
I want it to be Dylan Dennis.
I don't understand the Dylan Dennis thing. Like, from what I heard, Ariel Helwani ran into him at the Taylor Serrano fight. I
Yeah,
didn't see him there, but he was apparently there, and I like apparently he was way over whatever. Like he fights at 170 in Bellator. Apparently, Ariel said he was close to 230. That's obviously Ariel taking the
yeah, of
Mickey a little bit,
course.
but if he was close to 200, it'd be tough for him to get down for KSI. We also don't know how well he's doing after the surgery. He doesn't share that much footage, and KSI doesn't have the athletic panache that Jake does, in the sense that, like, if you lose to KSI and you're a professional fighter, it's tough to come back from that.
Really tough. Like,
Whereas I think if you lose to Jake, it's actually not. Like, I think Tyron Woodley will be fine, even
yeah, I
though
do
he
too.
lost really badly to Jake. I think he'll fight again soon enough, hopefully, and he'll be all right. I think if Ben Askren wanted to do some stuff, I think he could still do well in MMA actually if he chose to do that, but I don't think he does. Um, and obviously Gibb has come back, and Gibb's not a real athlete anyway.
Yeah.
But Gibb has come back. Deji has been able to come back multiple times, even though he lost both of them. But he's been able to at least orchestrate a comeback that has people excited both
Yep.
times. So like, I don't think losing to Jake like hurts you that much, but losing to JJ, if you're a real athlete like Dylan Dennis is supposed to be, it would be tough to go back to Bellator and be like, yeah, I want to command these big paydays and all this stuff, because Dylan gets paid very well by Bellator. Gets paid like
Mhm.
very, very good money. Like, not by Jake standards it wouldn't be considered great, but by Bellator standards it would be considered very good. So I think I can't imagine why he would want to do it unless he thinks he can beat JJ, which I suppose he could. It's an interesting fight if you're just from an athletic standpoint. I think like the other one, yeah, I think Alex makes sense. Obviously, the one that makes the most sense that we know definitely isn't happening is McBroom.
Austin
Like
McBroom. Yep.
that is the fight. Do you know what
Agreed.
actually would be another good fight would be JJ and Gibb, but that would never happen.
Because they're boys, right?
Because they're friends, and
Yeah.
similar management and all that stuff. It'd be complicated to make happen, and I don't think
Super
they would. If
complicated.
there's other options, they wouldn't want to do it. But that would be,
Mhm.
like, athletically speaking, a very interesting fight. But the fight to make is McBroom, but he's not interested. And yeah, Dylan Dennis is a weird one, bro. Like, I just don't understand where that's come from.
The
But
reason, yeah, go ahead.
no, sorry, tell me.
No, no. So the reason I think it makes sense for KSI is because Dylan Dennis's return will be huge in America because he's literally like
Yeah,
a troll, a clown, right? Every
yeah.
UFC fighter will be talking about it. All the MMA press will be talking about it. And then you got the UK. UK is super excited for KSI's return, right? So it's like a
Mm.
collision of two worlds, which I think will make the fight huge compared to Alex Wasabi, who KSI is going to be carrying that promotion.
Yeah, for sure. I think that once you get people forget like how big KSI is. Like,
Yeah,
he could fight a broomstick and it would sell out the O2, the AO
that's
Arena,
true.
most arenas around the UK. He would sell out if he fought anybody. And I think that Alex is someone who, like, once the event is sussed and the media are attracted by JJ,
Mhm.
Alex is someone who they'll like. Alex is someone who will get a little bit of a push from people. So, like, you're right in the sense that, like, he's not as big a name as Dylan, but Dylan's also not a huge name either. Like, you don't walk down the street and run into people who know who Dylan Dennis is all the time necessarily. Like, he's big in the MMA circles, and I do agree with you that he would attract a lot of, like, MMA interest. So you
Yeah,
would have that kind of MMA versus boxing thing. But yeah, I guess I suppose you've convinced me that Dylan would be the right one.
yeah,
I still personally I want it to be Alex, because I also like JJ when he fought Joe when he was a lot lighter. I also thought he moved a
that's
bit better.
true.
He was a bit smoother, and I understand that he's training with some different coaches. He's obviously not with Vidal anymore, and so I'd like to see how he does at that. But I think, yeah, like, I would rather see him fight Alex, but I guess you've made a very strong case there for Dylan Dennis, and if he's fit and if he's ready, then it'd be great. They need someone who they know will show up. and
That's
Dylan has
true.
pulled out of a
That's
couple of
true.
fights.
He has.
And he's famously like a troll. And Dylan understands as well how bad it would be for him to lose to KSI. It's way worse than losing to Jake,
Way
which
worse.
would be bad. Like, it wouldn't be good to lose to Jake either. But it, like, Jake, there's like the argument that like he's a very, very, very good boxer. We really have seen no indication that KSI is a particularly good
Yeah.
boxer up to this point, which makes it interesting. But yeah, I think Dylan's pulled out of 2 or 3 fights for Bellator now. So I think 2 fights for Bellator. But I think yeah, they need someone who they know will show up. And for that, I think Alex is more the answer. But let's see what they do. And I genuinely have no idea. I haven't asked anybody really. I know better than to try to annoy any of these people at
Yep.
certain times. I also don't know Mams Taylor that well. I knew Liam very well. I
Mhm.
know Nikisa very well on Jake's side. I know, the people behind Creator Crash, all of that stuff. I know like different people. I don't have the greatest connections in with KSI's team right now, so I have to work on that. But yeah, not sure. Hope it's Alex, but you've made a very good case for Dylan Dennis.